So I say Mizrachi, by the way. I don't know. That's how I've always known it.
I know. I
heard
Chad got some hate on Twitter for saying his name wrong. I'm like, that's what we do. We say people's names wrong.
It's the PokerNews Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 910th episode of the PokerNews Podcast. I am Chad Holloway at my place in Wisconsin, but joined by Kyna England and Mike Holtz at Level 9 Studio in Las Vegas. We have an exciting episode for you. We're going to talk about a wild hand involving one Corey Eyring that was making all the rounds. We're going to talk about Ian O'Hare and making good on some debts and whether or not that should be applauded. That is also a highly debated topic this week in the poker world. We're going to talk about Michael Mizrachi and Martin Kabrhel, two of the breakouts from this year's 2025 World Series of Poker. They actually battled it out over at the Venetian. We're going to talk about the return of the National Heads Up Poker Championship, some recent tournament winners, and my favorite part is going to be about my deep run in the MSPT Iowa Poker State Championship, which is also going to lead to some exciting news for Kyna and I that I've been kind of teasing at for a while now. We're going to get to that at the end. Also, a giveaway winner and a new giveaway that's going to start. So I know that's a lot. Let's jump into it. Kyna, Mike, Corey Eyring. He is known in the poker world for putting his entire net worth on the line in games. Not exactly responsible gaming, I would say, but he was on the Lodge stream and got involved with this big hand where Three Coin is his name. He actually is known as Three Coin in the poker world, but his real name is Randy Sadler, I think it is. Randy Sadler. He's been on Helmuth's Home Game episodes recently. Did you both see this hand? And if so, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Lodge live stream. They've been having some good games on there, and it's entertaining to watch. This hand in particular, I don't know. Like, I mean, it seems like it's a bit of a nit roll, but also it's a lot of money to call off. Like, and yeah, I mean, I would wonder, why are we betting 7 times the pot on the river? I don't know. Like, and the guy had already shown like a billion bluffs. I don't know. Do we want to recap the hand or should I just keep talking about it?
Well, how about this? We'll do one better. We'll actually show it. Check it out.
2,000 is the bet. There's the call from Corey.
Never.
Check, check.
So unpredictable.
He got out of the way.
Heart on the river.
Let me tell you something. Let me ask.
Four-liner to the straight flush.
Four-liner to straight flush. Corey has the nut flush.
I'm all in.
Oh, my God.
What?
This would be a 6 spot for a set.
Three Coin just ripped 85,000, Rick, into a 10K pot.
Fucking shit.
There's more coming. Let me make sure.
Corey shows the ace of hearts.
What the fuck is that bet?
Oh, my God.
All your chips. Is it all?
Get this man a barf bag. We might be here a while.
This is binding. I'd like to randomly select a card. If I pull the ace of hearts, I call. If I pull the 10 of diamonds, I fold. Are you okay with that? You want to pick my card? Can you show me? It's binding. It's binding.
He's locked in.
I'm locked in.
You do yours or whatever you want to do.
No, it's binding. If I pull the ace of hearts, I call. If I pull the 10 of diamonds, I
We're
fold.
randomizing.
Just show me. Wait for like 5 seconds. Just wait for 5 seconds, please. I don't know what I want.
For $179,000.
Oh, that's a call.
He picked the ace. He makes the call. Corey Eyring wins the biggest pot of his life. Corey Eyring goes into the lore of Lodge live stream history.
All right, so there you saw a Poker News clip of the hand. You can watch the full hand in the article that's on Poker News or on YouTube. I think Doug Polk even did a video about it. Mike, what were your thoughts on this hand? You and I actually have played with Corey before on Poker Night in America a couple years back, right when he was breaking into the industry, and here he is playing for tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Corey's a nice guy. Whenever we played with him, he seemed like really cool people. I haven't spoken to him since then, but glad he's doing big things. His star has obviously grown in poker, more people watching his videos. As far as the hand goes, I think if Three Coin doesn't have the reputation of being splashy and he doesn't do all the talking, Corey finds a fold. I think that if you plug this hand into a solver, it would be a pure fold every time. Like calling with the ace of hearts it's the third nut flush. It's like that'd be like if the board was 7, 8, queen, 4 with 4 hearts, and now you're calling off the jack of hearts, the king and the ace of hearts being higher flushes. So it's literally you're calling a 7x pot jam with the third nut flush. So it's like it's in a vacuum not good, but in this situation, I think 3-Coin kind of gave it away with his talking, where he was talking about oh, I'm not going to be able to afford this after this, blah, blah, blah. I think he kind of talked Corey into a call, and Corey realized that and made a great call, which doubled his net worth, apparently.
He didn't
Yeah,
call.
exactly.
He let Mariano draw a card. He said, let's let fate take it. Like, if Mariano draws the ace of hearts, then I call. If he doesn't, then I fold. So he didn't decide.
I was trying to give Corey Eyring some love and allow him to look good in the situation. Whatever. Sometimes you gamble for it.
Hey, I'm a vlog watcher. I watch all of your vlogs, everybody. I enjoy the content. I think it's great. I think Corey has a specific genre that he's hitting with this net worth thing. But it also you start to wonder a little bit when you are playing in this game. He looked very uncomfortable playing the whole time. He's got $90K on the table. He had played the live stream a couple days earlier, lost $15K. So I'm just starting to think, okay, is this a shtick? Are we really this broke? Or is this just starting to become, this is your niche and you have to stick to it? I don't know. Expand though. Expand with your game. You're playing these bigger games. I don't know. Maybe I'm not getting my point across. I just feel like I watch his vlogs. I enjoy watching his vlogs for what they are. But when they start to not seem like it's true, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it's his stick, the whole, my net worth's all on the table right now, If that works for him, it works for him. I when I saw it, I was like, shit, how does Corey Eyring have $90K here to play? That's sick.
It's starting to become, is this your net worth, or is this just something that you say
if
all
I
the
see
time?
Another video where he says my net worth's on the table and he doesn't have at least 180,000, we'll know.
Well, he didn't win 180,000. He took a hit on a hand later on, and I think he won 25K.
Oh, all right. Well, if he doesn't show up if he shows up with any less than $115,000.
$115,000 is what he should have, yeah.
That's so cool. Good for Corey for having that happen. And yeah, I'm gonna go on a limb and say probably a little out of his realm in the that big of a buy-in, as I would be too. If I played a cash game that big, I would also be out of my element. So good for him for winning that huge hand, getting a bunch of publicity. I saw all the poker vloggers talking about it, and Corey seems like a good guy. So hopefully it just brings more people into poker who would also like to do things like that.
Yeah, I will say, Corey is in the new blood, if you will, in content producers, right? You have him, Abby, Merk, who do a lot of content together. I know them both very well, like them a lot. And while I'm an old school content producer, they're really getting into it with, finding new and creative ways, for better or worse. And, I know Corey had the goal of a couple of years ago of reaching, $500,000 by the end of the year, and never ended up doing it. So it'll be interesting to see where they go, but that hand surely got talked about. A lot of people saying come poker award season that we might see that as a nominee for hand of the year. But
come on now. Come on now.
All right, well, let's talk about another story, and that is a debate of sorts that happened on poker social media involving Ian O'Hare. So it was about 3 years ago, I think 2022, that Kane Callis called out Ian O'Hare in conjunction with Jonathan Jaffe, basically saying they compared notes. They found that Ian O'Hare was overselling, and Ian O'Hare owned up to it. And this summer, Ian O'Hare wins a WSOP gold bracelet. I think it was for over $1 million. And we got a tweet, an update from Kane Callis saying that Ian O'Hare has completely repaid his debts to me and John Jaffe, which then in turn led Matt Berkey to tweet out, one of the rare W's that deserves a lot of light shined on it. Redemption arc should be given the similar attention as scams and scandals, which in turn got Josh Aryeh and others chiming in. Josh Aryeh saying he strongly disagrees. This was actually added to our outline last minute, and I wanted to discuss it because is it something that should be applauded when somebody does something bad and makes it right? Or, is that just what should be expected? Either of you have any thoughts on this whole situation?
I think it deserves a mention. Hey, he made good on this. He's squared up. We're all good. But I don't think he deserves a medal or anything or extra attention for scumming some guy and then making it right. It's nice to have your debts released and be yeah, I pay my debts. I did. But yeah, you're not getting a trophy for that or anything in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm glad he did it. It's the right thing to do, and that's great. And if he continues on this path the rest of his life where he doesn't scam anyone else and he's truthfully remorseful, like, good for him. But you can't, in my mind, you can't do what he did, which was scam them and then later on start scamming other people, which is what happened. He scammed other people later on, and Kane and Jonathan Jaffe, both of them found out that was happening, where he was literally entering tournaments at the Poker Masters, and he wasn't even entering them. He was just taking pictures of random chip stacks, and then he was taking pictures of receipts. In my mind, at that point, you're no longer a cool person to me ever.
Yeah.
Like, I see him, I'm just like, that dude's a scumbag. I play with him, I'm just thinking to myself, that dude's a scumbag. And everyone else who's walking around has thought that for the last few years. Him paying it back, yeah, that is the right thing to do, and I'm happy he did that, and that is the correct thing. And hopefully he continues on this path, and he actually is remorseful. It's hard for me, and it should be hard for most people to think to themselves, oh, this guy's reformed, when he has a history of doing it multiple times over a long period, and then he wins $1 million and has to pay off a small portion of that to them, and he can still live comfortably with whatever. You know, it's kind of like, I think we all know that if he won $110K, let's say, he was not going to be giving anybody no money back. He won $1 million. He was able to do this. Under normal circumstances, he probably wouldn't. He should do it. He did the right thing, but he's not someone I would want in my circle of people I know. You know what I mean?
And I think you made, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, you made a good point when you said, like, okay, if he continues on, if he never does this again. But it's like, a lot of people have never done that in the first place, and we don't get recognized for it. Like, oh, good job today. You didn't scam anyone, Kyna. Like, yeah, I never did.
I was just telling you, good job for not scamming people last week. I was like, good for you,
I want to be
Kyna.
told every day, congratulations on not scamming someone today. You know, like, we go our whole lives and we don't do it. Now, like you said, there's a light on him. He did this in the first place. You're kind of going to have to carry that with you, you know? And I don't think that Mac Berkey needed to be like, round of applause for this guy, you know? It seemed like overkill.
Well, I think the way that I look at it from Matt Berkey's standpoint, I kind of feel the same in the back of my mind. Is like, if I just give him all the attention, maybe the people that owe me money will realize that they can just pay me back. So I'm sure that's in Matt Berkey's mind too. Like, shit, yeah, no, big round of applause. You know what I mean? Like, if only other people do that, cough, you know? Like, that's truthfully, when I was saying my opinion, I was thinking the same thing. Like, oh, if I, you know, I'm probably not going to get my money, blah, blah, blah. So I think the same thing probably true for Berkey, if I'm being honest. But either way, what Ian did is good. It's the correct thing to do.
Yeah.
I think that is good, but at the same time, like Kyna said, we shouldn't be giving him a medal for it. This is like putting your shopping cart away, times that, like, put your shopping cart in the thing. Don't leave it in the middle of the parking lot. Yeah. You know, everyone should just do that. If you don't, kind of a scumbag. If you do, I'm not going to give you a medal.
I was literally at Costco before we recorded this podcast, and I was parked way far away. I had my cart, and I was tempted to just leave it right there by the curb, but I did. I walked it all the way back.
That's fantastic.
Good job, Chad.
Well done, Chad.
Congratulations on not being a scumbag.
Right?
Yeah, you do deserve a medal.
This does remind me of the Dan Bekovic saga that I followed for several years with the Midway Poker Tour, the whole silver payout debacle where he, you know, owed some players money, shorted players money. And anyways, long story short, he won a few MSPTs for some hundreds of thousands of dollars and then ended up making good. And I did cover that story from start to finish and actually sat down on the Poker News podcast with Dan Bekovic to talk about it all. You can check out that episode, but it reminded me a lot of that. I am happy to see it. You know, I do believe in second chances, but as you guys said, like, this is a stigma now and you really have to work towards it. And it's going to take many years of, you know, building back that reputation through actions. Can it be done? Yes, it's hard to do. But I will say this too, though, when somebody makes good like this, as far as I'm concerned, then like, all right, no problem with you coming to Poker Stops or playing at the World Series of Poker or anything like that, right? So I wouldn't loan money to them or, you know, buy action from them, that sort of thing either, unless they show, you know, that they have reformed. So let's move on to a kind of fun story. We often talk about how, you know, people pull mystery bounties and then have no reactions. They don't want to miss a hand, so they got to run back to their table. Well, there was an online event that took place with a German streamer named Jenzoou, who has 36,000 Twitch followers and was on GG Poker playing in a mystery bounty event when he, you know, knocked somebody out and pulled a bounty. Check this out.
Glaube ich. Ne, Ass, das Gute haben wir. Ass oder Kreuz? 5. Mach die 5. Tu es. Es ist die 5. Es ist die 5 am River. 5 am River. Bring 50.000. Come on. Okay. Geil, mach Gold. Bring Gold. Mach Gold. Das ist genau das Spot. 50. Mach es. Oh Gott, mein Fenster ist auf. Oh mein Gott.
All right, so there you have it. I won't say over the top, but like I love to see these sort of reactions. These are sort of raw moments you want to see, and that mystery bounties were kind of built around. I mean, guy literally fell down, tipped things over, was breaking plates. I loved it. What did you guys think?
I wonder what the smallest one was, because he was like super excited before they even like drew it for him. Like
It's like $24 or something.
Yeah, but
probably.
because he was like
$50.
he had the same almost reaction to winning the bounty as to pulling the 50,000. So it's pretty funny.
I think it's a thing where like on Twitch, you like kind of have to like be a crazy, like he's got 36,000 followers. So clearly what he's doing is like drawing in the audience. I would say that he probably acts like that before a lot of bounty pulls, if I had to guess. And that's probably his personality. He's a crazy German man, you know?
That's funny. Yeah. Good for him.
He ended up finishing second in the tournament as well for $25,000 plus another $5,000 in bounties. Yeah, so a nice, what is that?
83K or something?
83, yeah, 83K. So, and now he's on the poker radar too. I didn't know who this guy was before this. And now Jenzoou is, he's on my radar as well as a lot of other people. So. All right, let's talk about Venetian Poker Live. There was a 100-200 no-limit hold'em cash game last week involving the regulars. Jean-Robert Belland was in there, Eric Wasserson, but two special guests joined, two of the breakout stars of the 2025 World Series of Poker in Michael Mizrachi, of course, the PPC champ, the main event champ, and the Poker Hall of Famer, and then Martin Kabrhel, who we've talked about many times this past summer. They were in this game together. Did either of you have a chance to watch this? I watched start to finish because I recapped it for Poker News.
I watched probably like the first hour and a half. I like the Venetians live streams. I like their games. I think they're really fun. But that one was a little... The build up in the beginning was kind of annoying because they were just going all in. It's like if you want to, and the announcers kept explaining, they're like, this is why they're doing it, because they want to have a lot of money on the table. Well, why don't they just put a lot of money on the table to begin with then? And they were just literally like 2-3-way all-ins, like almost every hand for like the first hour, like all in pre-flop, you know? And but it was entertaining once they did get deep, and like Martin Kabrhel, put on his Martin Kabrhel show, and the grinder being there made it kind of fun and entertaining to watch too, for sure.
What about you, Mike? Did you have a chance or did you miss this one?
I tuned in during the beginning, but they were having graphic problems, so I was going to pop in later, and then I just forgot because I'm Mike Holtz, who never remembers anything. So I forgot, and I caught some of the highlights, and yeah, hands like this, pretty crazy.
Yeah, so the big hand of the night was actually between Michael Mizrachi and Martin Kabrhel. So I say Mizrachi, by the way. I don't know. That's how I've always learned it. But a lot of people
Chad got some hate on Twitter for saying his name wrong. I'm like, that's what we do. We say people's names wrong.
So what are they saying on the WSOP broadcast? Mizrachi?
That's what I've always heard growing up was Mizrachi. Michael Mizrachi is...
Mizrachi.
I don't know. That's not how either one of them sound, Norman or Lon, but that's in my head they did,
Well, I'll make an effort to say Mizrachi, but it's years of bad habits. So, but he was involved in the biggest hand of the night against Martin Kabrhel. It was a $128,000 pot, and we have the hand. Check it out.
And he calls. Wow. We got a huge all-in. Give us the card graphics. Ace-Jack of spades. Kabrhel has not shown his cards yet. Grinder hits an ace. Let's see if this is good enough. Is Kabrhel on tilt? And are we going once?
Depends on which card coming.
$128,000 in the middle. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen.
Still good.
We have one of the pots of the night. 9 of diamonds.
Yeah.
Does Kabrhel have the goods? Ace shown here by Grinder.
What is it?
King, queen of diamonds.
Diamonds. Look at the turn card.
Oh my God.
16.
Michael Mizrachi wins a pot worth $128,000, and they ran it once.
63.
All right, so there you have it. Michael Mizrachi getting the best of Martin Kabrhel. You can go back and watch the full stream on the Venetian Poker Live YouTube. In the game itself, Eric Washington ended up being the big winner, $109,000 profit. The grinder won about $95K. And the big loser was Royski, down $125K, and Martin Kabrhel, the second biggest loser, down $72,000. There's going to be plenty of great Venetian Poker live streams coming up. One of my new favorites, definitely subscribe to their channel. And also mark your calendar, because from September 11th through the 16th, Poker Go Tour Venetian is going to run the Venetian Las Vegas Classic, $3,300 no limit hold'em main event, $1 million guarantee. There's also going to be 3 $5,000 high rollers. The full schedule is available online, and I'm sure I'm flashing it on the screen right now. So a nice little series coming up there. All right. Speaking of fun things that are coming up, we're recording this a couple days before the PokerGo PokerStars National Heads Up Poker Championship returns. This used to be known as the NBC National Heads Up Poker Championship. If you remember, during the height of the poker boom, it was actually one of my favorite shows. It's been off the air for, probably like a decade or more, and it's making a return. What are your guys' thoughts about this? Has there been some murmurs in the Las Vegas poker circles? Because this is going to film at PokerGo Studio.
I literally hadn't heard anything about it until you told us about it. Is it going to be on PokerGo then to watch?
So it's actually, what's exciting about this is it's being filmed to premiere exclusively on Peacock, like the NBC streaming platform.
That's exciting.
Oh, no way. That's actually sick.
Yay.
Yeah. So they had to acquire the rights from NBC, and then as part of that, they've got some sort of, streaming deal on Peacock in the fall of 2025. So it's going to film this weekend. Poker News will be there, but as part of the agreement, we've got to keep things hush-hush. We're not going to spoil who wins. That might leak out other ways, but it's not going to be from us. But we should get some behind-the-scenes videos. We're going to get some interviews and things like that. And then when it finally does air, we'll be able to share a bunch more. But then it will also be available later on PokerGo. I know some of the people who are slated to attend.
Yeah, what's the lineup look like?
So it's going to be, like Michael Mizrachi is going to be there. I think they've said Jason Kuhn, Liv Barret, Chris Moneymaker, Eric Seidel, Doug Polk, Phil Galfond, Sean Deeb are some of like the big names.
Oh, cool.
But because of the NBC and Peacock angle, they want it to be a little more mainstream as well. So I know they have invited some celebrities and sports stars. So Richard Seymour, former NFL star, is one of the names that's been bantered about. Boston Rob Mariano, Survivor fan.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
BMX legend TJ Lavin, Nick Wright, the sports broadcaster, is going to be there. So, and who knows who else? Mike, I know you and I chatted a little bit via text that, I might have thrown your name out there as somebody who lives in Vegas, is highly entertaining. So if they have a spot open up last minute and they need somebody to slide in there, maybe give you a call. How's your heads up game?
Pretty good. I think I'm pretty solid at heads up. And yeah, I'd love to slide in there last minute. You know what I mean? Just take a quick spot, let the boys know what time it is, and the ladies.
That'd be exciting. I hope that you get to play. That'd be fun to watch.
Me too. I cannot wait to light 25,000 on fire.
Oh, it's 25,000. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. No, but seriously, like I think that's perfect. That's a great event where I'd love to play that. Me and Richard Seymour getting a little banter, I don't think it's going to happen, is it?
If your phone hasn't rang, if it doesn't ring in the next 2 days, probably not, but we'll have to wait and see. So it is, as you mentioned, $25,000. They're going to pay out 16 spots. Basically, 9th through 16th will get their $25K back. Then the first place prize is going to be $500,000 and a seat into next year's event. So they've already announced that there's going to be a follow-up. So this event is going to be back on the poker schedule, which is pretty exciting. And they're going to do a big red carpet at the final day. So this comes out Thursday morning. Thursday night, they're going to do a whole red carpet cocktail party. They're going to do the player introductions and a bracket draw. And I believe that will, all be filmed in a kind of a a big hurrah, if you will. And then this weekend, Friday through Sunday, the actual event will play out. It will be single elimination until the final, which will be best out of 3. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited that this is back on the schedule. Like I said, it was always one of my favorite events of the year. And like, there's been some classic hands. Like, remember,
Phil Tom Dwan, yeah.
That's the one.
I knew
yeah.
you were going to say, I had to get in there before you. You know, I know this too, Chad. No, that is a classic hand. One of the best, you know.
I remember Vanessa Russo playing Daniel Negreanu.
Oh, yeah. And then Daniel Negreanu to play his ex-girlfriend one time, too.
Oh, yeah.
That was insane. Yeah, this was, and the MSPT Heads-Up Championship was always one of my favorite things to watch every year. I thought it was sick. There was a year Helmuth and Mattisau played in the finals, I believe, and Mattisau won. It was, I think he was going, it's my time, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong, but it was his time. I think it's great. It's a good way to introduce people into poker. You get a lot more banter, especially in between hands where they're dealing. There's a lot of talking. There's, it gives the announcer like only 2 people to focus on. So it's more of a personality driven thing as well, as long as Vogelsang doesn't get in there. And yeah, I think it's a great event and it's good TV. So I'm excited to watch that on Peacock.
Yeah.
I believe you can also go back now, and if not right now, soon in the future, they'll get the old library now, like the old NBC Heads Up. They'll be able to show those on PokerGo as well. So I should have checked that. I'm going to actually check it after we're done recording because I'm curious if they're up there. But
some of the best graphics in poker too, with the cards and everything. I love the way they did it.
All right. Well, let us talk about recent tournament winners presented by WPT Global, starting with the $600 Hendon Mob Mid-Major Championship at Thunder Valley. This is part of the Run Good Poker Series. I actually played this event. It was last year, the year before. It was a lot of fun. I love what Ben Irwin and his crew do up there at Thunder Valley, one of my favorite stops. And the Hendon Mob Mid-Major Championship, as I mentioned, $600 buy-in tournament. This one had $95,000 up top thanks to 1,111 entries, and was won by Sasha Sabbaghian, taking it down after defeating Tuan Nguyen in heads-up play. Eric Denis and Anthony Chartier and others from the Hendon Mob were up there. Just a fun event. I know we've talked about Thunder Valley. You've been there, but Mike, you haven't, right?
Yeah, I've never been there, but I actually was going to talk to my girl about going up there this weekend. So I might go up there and play the main. We'll see.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Kyna, have you been up there? This is where Alan Kessler won that $1 million slot machine. Thunder Valley.
I've been there 2 or 3 times. I think I'm not going to go this year. I'm going to go some other stops. But yeah, no, it's a great place. Ben runs a good room. He's real nice to his players. It's a big room. It's fun. The casino's fun. The property's fun.
Yeah. Well, we'll have updates on PokerNews.com this weekend, so you can check it out, and I'm sure we'll be recapping other winners come next episode. Another winner from the Las Vegas poker scene was the Celebrity Poker Tour event that took place at PokerGo Studio. This is one I used to attend when I lived in Vegas. I wasn't there, unfortunately, but Connor Richards did go down there. This is an invitational where celebrities, streamers, social media personalities, sports stars, etc., get to compete. $20,000 up top, and it was won by influencer known as King. I don't know who that is. I'm not going to lie, but it was his first ever time playing poker. He actually watched a tutorial before the tournament and then goes on to win this thing. Now, look, if you've watched the CPT, this isn't like watching other streams, let's say, right? Like, this is people going, celebrities drinking. They don't know really what they're doing. They're just getting it in. There's a reason somebody like Maria Ho can go in there and kind of crush it. But I don't know. The Celebrity Poker Tour has grown on me quite a bit, and I think its only upside is, exposing the game to a larger audience. What say you two? What do you think about the CPT?
Disagree heavily.
That's fine. A lot of people do. Yeah.
I got to say, some of the people they've had on there are not upstanding members of society. They got hawked to a girl right after she rug pulled everyone for a bunch of money, like trying to make her as the face of the thing and then promoting it when she was getting such bad publicity. I just don't think too many people watch that and are like, man, I can't wait to do this. This is exactly, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. I could be totally wrong about that, and maybe the new generation is watching it in droves, and they're all coming to give us free cash.
I mean, it might be like that. These influencers, like, what does this King guy influence? Like their audience wants to watch, and it's cool, and it's different, and it's for them, right? And it's not for us. So I feel the same way. I don't enjoy watching it. I try to make it through like 5 or 6 minutes of it, and I can't I can't even watch it. It's too much going on. It's crazy. But yeah, I see the appeal. It's probably for those people and their audience to showcase. Look at me playing the cards. Come do it too.
Yeah, I think that's cool. If that's what it is, and we're getting more people into poker, that's great. But I would hate for people to watch that and think like, oh, that's a good representative of poker. And like, there's, I don't know, it kind of makes it weird when you're like celebrity poker tour, and then you're like, I don't know any of these people. What happened? You know what I mean? So I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm a hater.
Yeah. Fair.
No, I get it. And look, like I said, I've come to appreciate it having attended these events. It's exposed me to a new audience as well, right? Like I didn't know who some of these influencers were or these personalities, and I've kind of gotten to know them a little bit through the CPT. So, look, I remember playing in a home game once, and there was a young, like 18-year-old who was playing with us, and I asked him, like, how did you even learn the game? And at the time, he said Dan Bilzerian, which was an eye-opener for me. Like, you know, like
another
I
great
learned,
representative.
Yeah, like so many people were like moneymaker though, but like I just realized like, okay, these young people aren't from the same generation, cut from the same cloth. They're finding the game through different avenues. And I think that, you know, because the way the CPT works, they'll stream the action on all these influencers channels and stuff. So the reach is massive, and I can't help but appreciate that and think that it will lead at least some people to maybe dive deeper into the poker hole. But one other big winner I want to talk about was actually an event that I went to, which was it used to be the Mid-States Poker Tour, the MSPT, but now the Major Series of Poker, the tour, still MSPT, was down at Riverside Casino in Iowa. This is a stop I like to go to because it's within driving distance. I finished 5th there back in 2022, so I went down again. It's an $1,110 buy-in tournament. It got 815 runners, and I fired a bullet on day 1B. Didn't do so hot, fired one on 1C, busted real quick, and fired a third bullet, and it wasn't looking good. I was literally on my phone making my preparations to drive home that night, and then things turned around, and I ended up bagging the second biggest stack in the tournament, thanks in very large part to a wild hand at the end of the night where I flopped the set, turned a boat, and he had trips, and I don't know, it was pretty cool. But what's more is, as you guys know, and I'm sure anybody who follows me or Poker News, is I ended up finishing in 3rd place in this tournament for $69,000.
Nice.
Yeah, not going to lie. It was pretty nice, especially considering I went into the final table as the shortest stack. When there was like 18 players left, I was one of the shorter stacks, and I just laddered, managed to make it to the final table, spun it up. I was in a position to win. I actually got it in good, ace jack against ace 3 of hearts. Unfortunately, it came runner heart, and I was flushed out. It sucks. It's a bad beat, but I try to keep things in perspective. Like, I got unlucky in that hand, sure, but I got very lucky to even get to that point. And like I said, laddered up. So I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. As kind of, you know, you've actually won an MSPT before, but there's like the feeling of just getting to the final table is so awesome.
Yeah, I actually got 3rd at Riverside too. So twins. I put the emoji.
Twinning.
And what made it even kind of more special for me was that Mike Estes, who has become a buddy of mine, he grinds the MSPTs a lot. In fact, I think he's had, he ended up having like seven MSPT final tables in the last 4 years or something, and finally gets his win. So, and I played with him. We did the 3-table redraw. He was to my left, and then we played all the way to the final table redraw, and he ended up getting to my right. So I literally played with him the entire, time from 3 tables down, and he played awesome. He really wanted it, and if it wasn't me gonna win it, I was kind of rooting for him, and he took it down for $153,000. And what's funny is you probably see this rival box behind me. So this is actually Mike Estes. I don't know if he owns the company, he works for them, but I do know he brought me 2 pairs of rival shoes. And I told him, of course I'm going to give him a shout out on the podcast. And he's also said at some point in the near future, we're going to be able to do a giveaway for some rival
Turn
shoes.
them around so we can see the logo, Chad. Let's see the logo. So give him a
logo on the shoes?
Proper spin. Yeah. There you go. Boom. That's what they look like. There you go. You're welcome, Mike Estes. Bang.
And,
what's the other pair look like?
They're that same ones, but in gray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so pretty happy about those. Like I said, we'll be able to do a giveaway in the near future. So But yeah, it was just an awesome experience for me, especially having worked for the MSPT, right? I was the media director for them from 2016 to the end of 2018. So 3 full seasons. And I told Teresa, the dealer, by the way, we're going to show a picture of her here. I'd give her a shout out on the podcast because
Teresa.
She was awesome. Like every time I was short and then she would tap in, like it was uncanny. I just would spin it up. Like she really was my lucky dealer. So I told her I'd give her a shout out here on the Poker News podcast. And then I also want to use this opportunity because of the MSPT, because of my cash. I thought it would be a good time to reveal that we've been working on a new podcast that we're going to welcome into the Poker News family, if you will. It is going to be the MSPT Podcast presented by Poker News. And what's more is I'm going to co-host that one along with Kyna England, MSPT Player of the Year and Champ.
What?
Yay. Oh my God, what?
Surprise.
Am I fired?
Obviously, we've been working on this for a while, but it is official now. In fact, we're going to debut the first episode next week, where I'll talk more about my deep run, and we're going to get into all things MSPT, from recent winners, the Player of the Year, the upcoming stops, interviewing players. It's going to be a little bit like the LFG podcast that Jamie Kerstetter and I did a few years ago, where we focus strictly on the mid-major and strictly on the MSPT players and audience. So I'm really looking forward to it. As I said, I used to work for the tour, and now I get a chance to work tangentially with them again. And
He's dropping big
it's going to be a
words.
lot of fun. And then, like I said, Kyna is going to join me on this new adventure, and she will still occasionally appear here on the Poker News podcast. We're going to rotate a third guest in, with Connor Richards actually coming back on board. So Connor was a co-host on the Poker News podcast a while back. He went and did his Life Outside Poker podcast, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But because he is in Las Vegas now and I am not, we wanted to slot him back in when we're moving Kyna over to the MSPT podcast presented by Poker News. So a few moving parts, but yeah, Kyna, you're still going to be coming into the studio from time to time, but you're also going to join me at MSPT stops. We're going to do some live shows from various stops around the country is the plan anyways. That's the hope.
That's pretty cool.
It should be fun. I just hope that, Connor, you got a big job ahead of you here to rein Mike in from time to time, and don't let him talk about my mom like that. Okay.
Oh, it's free reign on Mama England these days.
It's going to be Mama Richards is.
I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out the lure behind the Richards and his mother situation. If we'll see what happens. I need pictures.
I mean, they're from Utah, so I don't know if
multiple wives is what I'm hearing. See
who
you
knows?
soon,
But,
Mrs. Connor Richards.
Speaking of Connor and Life Outside,
I'll put a wig
Poker,
on Connor, let him know what time it is if I have to.
Connor, I think he's got a haircut, but there were people in the comments before who swore he was wearing a wig because his red hair just looked like it did look like a wig. I'm not going to lie, but we love Connor. He actually just released a new episode of Life Outside Poker featuring Abby Merk, who we talked about towards the top of this episode. And I wanted to show just a little clip, just give you a little teaser of what that episode is like. Check it out.
I think a lot of people maybe get like 2 weeks into posting every day and then they burn out or give up.
Yeah.
How did you kind of get past that threshold?
Yeah, I think it became more clear to me when I found that I was making content that I really enjoyed. So for example, if you're making things like hand histories, I tried the hand history thing. I was like, I freaking hate this. Like, this is so not me. Like, I hate being like, and then the cutoff raised and I 3-bet. Like, it's so boring. Like, I found no joy in it. It was a lot of like moving graphics. It was just boring. But when I found like the current style that I do, which is more like day in the life, or like come with me to play this tournament, or like I'm making little jokes, like little memes or little things that I find funny, they're genuinely because I want to tell them, or like I think that they're funny. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a way that I can express myself creatively. And yeah, I think that's like really what I'm passionate about, to be honest.
All right, so there you have it. If you want to see the full episode of Life Outside Poker featuring Connor Richards interviewing Abby Merk, you can do so on the Poker News YouTube channel. I will also embed it into the show notes. And then I want to give a shout out to the 17th annual Ante for Autism event that took place at South Point Casino. I wasn't there. I did attend it last year, but couldn't this year. Connor Richards, Adam Piken, John Sofin from Poker News went down there. Did either of you make it? I know I tagged you both on Twitter.
When was it? I would have gone. I love South Point. Was it this past weekend?
It was last weekend, yeah. So it's a fun event. They get a lot of celebrities. Michael Mizrachi did make the trip down there. Karina Jett is heavily involved in it. It's a $200 buy-in tournament, raising funds for different autism charities. So definitely a lot of fun. We actually, as I said, sent some people down there. They captured some footage. Here are some highlights from the 17th annual Ante for Autism.
So Karina, you're a big supporter of this Ante for Autism event. Talk about what your role is and how you got involved.
Well, I got involved like a few years when it first started. I had a son that had autism that has passed away. So it was just a way for me to give back. The championship, a trophy is named after my son, which is an honor. So that's why.
And we were just talking about some of the poker players who are going to be here tonight. The latest main event champion, Michael Mizrachi, is one of them. Who else is going to be here?
So we have a very exciting guest this year. We have Michael, obviously, and his brother Eric. We have Jose Canseco and his brother Ozzy. We also have Randy Couture. We have Miss Nevada is a add-on this year.
So this is our 17th year.
Wow.
So we started our 501c3 18 years ago. We've been doing a poker tournament for 17 years. We started with 27 players, raised $6,200. And after this year's event, we will have raised over $1.6 million, and we'd have hundreds and hundreds of players every year. So we raise money for 5 different autism-related charities. All the proceeds go to them. So all we're about is raising awareness, raising money to help these families.
All right, we are back. I need to crown our winner for a giveaway that was announced actually a few episodes back. I'm not going to lie, I dropped the ball a little bit, but it is for a copy of Pokerriculum, Maria Ho's game that was debuted at the World Series of Poker. You can check it out here. So all you had to do is comment Pokerriculum on the YouTube channel. There were lots of entries. We randomly selected one. So congratulations to Chris Bradfield. You were randomly selected to win this very copy. Slide into my DM, shoot me an email at chat@pokernews.com, and I will make sure you get this shipped over. And then a new giveaway is coming up. I teased this. Kind of remember when you asked me, hey, those silver passes for the NAPT, can we get one to give away? Well, we do. We've got one to give away. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I just got confirmation today. So we will debut it next week in next week's episode. And I don't know, Mike, Kyna, any fun ideas of things we could do to give away a silver pass to the NAPT?
Oh, I mean, you're putting me on the spot here. I can think of some things we could do, but they're not airing those. You guys wouldn't air those.
You have to definitely watch our new podcast, the MSPT Podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it, honestly. You put me on the spot. I can't really think of a contest right now off the top of my head that we could do. Internet contests only. Well, I'm sure we could figure something out.
I mean, silver. It's a silver pass. Surely we got a Dan Bekovic, the Midway Poker Tour silver payout debacle, right?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. Silver medal in Olympics.
I will figure something out and announce it next week in the episode, and then of course have an article. It'll probably be something similar to what we did last year, where there are several code words spread throughout some episodes between this show and, as kind of mentioned, the MSPT podcast presented by Poker News. So we'll figure it out.
No, I'm kind of, you would know better than I do. Isn't sliding in your DMs only for what I'm thinking? Can you say, like, do you slide in a friend's DMs? I don't think you do.
I think you do. I think you can just slide into anybody's DMs. It doesn't necessarily mean you're trying to get a piece. Like,
I thought sliding in meant like I'm sliding in your DM show, dude.
Yeah, when you say it like that, it definitely does.
Well, I meant in the connotation and the tone, you know. Whoops-a-daisy. I will slide in your DMs.
I think that should be the contest then. You have to slide into Chad's DMs, homie.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's pretty good, actually.
This coming from Mike talking about slang, who said, my hat fucks.
Your hat does fuck. Your hat obviously fucks. Everyone can see that. It's obvious. It's a Kmart hat. I think sexual. What do you want me to do? I look at that. I just, I start feeling a certain type of way. That's not on me. Maybe you shouldn't have a Kmart hat on, you know?
Yeah,
That's your problem, brother.
This isn't for Kevin Martin. This is old school. I found this at a thrift store at a Goodwill for $3.99.
Kevin Martin also fucks. There's video evidence.
I was just gonna say, watch some old Big Brother footage.
Hey, shit.
All right, well, that is going to do it for this episode of the Poker News Podcast. As I revealed this show, we're going to debut the MSPT Podcast presented by Poker News next week with myself and Kyna England, probably pull in a guest or two. I mean, Kyna, we've talked about this off the air. Like, we want to get, who we want to get? Josh Reichert, Angela Jordanson, Mike Estes. Who else jumps to mind that you would like to get for this new show?
Umut. Yeah, lots of people. Sarah's always at the MSPTs. We could bring Sarah along. She goes to almost all of them. So I can think, I'll come up with a list. We'll see.
Yeah, there is going to be no shortage.
Or slide into my DMs if you want to be on the podcast.
And we have episode 911 next week.
That's I literally iconic. Didn't even think of that.
We just get a guest host who's a disaster.
Do us a favor. Like, subscribe, 5-star review. I am Chad Holloway. Kyna England.
I am Chad Holloway. What?
We'll be back next week. And until then, we'll keep a seat open for you.